Once again, good evening, everybody. I'm back again. The last time I dropped some messages on YouTube and some message on Facebook, I did say that I will come back to give some follow-up information. That is why I'm back here. I bring greetings from the hills of Italy. I remain my humble self, Mr. Efusa Matthias Ehanire. Having introduced myself, I want to tell you that the last time I brought some messages concerning this coronavirus COVID-19 issue, I went on research to also get some latest information on how and what is new, how to handle it and what is new in the system. I will say that I will not do that without not introducing or bringing the present situation of Italy to the world at large, or to my fans to know that how Italy have been able to handle it for these few days now. So far, I want to thank God. Before this time, Italy was one of the epic center, or the center that is most known as the most vulnerable place, or the high risk center. But by His grace, it has reduced drastically, and Italy is no longer the center for maybe the epicenter any longer, because by His grace, people came together and pray, and the good doctors in Italy also worked things out, and results started coming. From the third, we're supposed to resume on the third, but based on the fact that as at that on the third that the government fixed before, it has not reduced. It didn't reduce till that time. So government have to shift it to on the 13th of this month. By His grace, from that on the 3rd to on the 3rd, to this present day now, it has reduced drastically. The way people used to contact it before is no longer like that now, and the death rates has also reduced too. So by His grace, we are resuming, or work is going to be resuming on the 13th of this month for everyone. Those that are going to their business will go, and those that are going to work will go. That is on the present Italy reports. Now, having said that, I also want to say little things about these things that are happening. You see, everybody are grumbling. The world is in the state of fiesta. The world is in the state of oblivion. We are in the state of confusion at this moment. People does not know what to think and where to go. There is confusion in the world. You hear people talk about the 5G problem. People talk about the coronavirus issue. When you see things like this happening, you know that this is end time. The Bible categorically stated it that when things like this is happening, you know that this is the sign of the end time. But God, for those that are be doing the things of God, those that are continuing the ways of God, this evil storm will not hit us in Jesus' name. Having said that, I also want to let you know that all these things that are happening, God is not ignorant of it. God is completely aware of it, because nothing slips out of the hands of God. Nothing happens when God is not aware. There are so many pastors. There are so many pastors have said so many things. There are so many theories that said God is punishing our politicians. God is punishing some country because of the sinful nature. But I will not say it's true. I will not say it's bad. I will not say it's wrong. But I want you to also know that everyone we have sinned, because the Bible says, "For all have sinned and fall short of the glory of God." Now, I want to also let you know that God is aware, and it's like God knew that this thing will happen, and He stated it in His word. I was reading my Bible 4 days back. I stumbled into a place in the Bible who actually talked about we should stay at home for a little while. So I was like, did God know that there will be problem like this? So I thought of it. I said, so there is also quarantine in the Bible. I will not go further without reading into your hearing, so that you understand that what I'm saying is even inside the Bible, that there is quarantine inside the Bible. I want to read the Bible portion for you. Isaiah 26, verses 20 and 21, which says, "Go, my people, enter your room, and shut your door behind you. Hide yourself for a little while, until His wrath has passed by. See, the Lord is coming out of his dwelling to punish the people of the earth for their sins. The earth will disclose the blood shed upon her. She will conceal her slain no longer. Now, having understand that these things inside the Bible, you can read it yourself. Isaiah 26, verses 20 and 21. Now, having know that it's inside the Bible, then what do we do? It's one thing to know something, it's another thing to say, okay, how do we handle this? Now, if God has said we should enter our room and stay for a little while, that is coming to punish the wicked people. That is to say, we have to actually obey and stay in the room. You understand? Now, the Bible also said in 2 Chronicles 7 verse 14, it said, if my people that was called by my name will humble themselves and pray, he said, I will heal their land. Now, if you don't like what is happening here in Italy, what you need to do is to stay in your closet and pray. You don't need to go to places. Since the government have said it, we should stay indoor. We should, so that the spread of this thing will be curtailed. You understand? Now, if, for example, the government have said it and you are disobeying because your church said this or that, now also know that kings and rulers are made by God, even if they come in a different way. But no, God is our way. Kings and rulers are made by God. You understand? I was saying that the Bible also says something in Proverbs 4, verses 5 to 7, that wisdom is profitable to direct. For all we've gotten, get wisdom, and in all we should get understanding. Now, wisdom is a principal thing that we all have to have at this moment. If, for example, our pastors is asking us to come to church at this time and the government said we should stay indoor, that is disobedience. It's tantamount to rebellious or rebellion. You understand? Now, if the Bible has said that and your pastor is asking you to come, you are rebelling against the government of the day. I also want you to understand that I'm talking to you, I'm not saying that the church is evil or church is not good. Like I said in the previous video, I am a trained minister in this Italy. But since this outbreak of this epidemic, my general overseer said every one of us should obey the law of the land because it's a law-abiding citizen of this land. That we should all do our prayers at home. And to even crown it, we are even in Lent period, 40 days Lent period, 6 to 6. This church, our church, have been praying earnestly concerning this thing that has been happening. We have been praying for this country, Italy, and we'll be praying for the whole world at large. So you see, we are doing this from our home. Then every Sunday we do service online. And it has been effective for us. So we did not disobey the government of the day because my general overseer understand the nitty-gritty of law and know what is law. Having said that, now I have given the preambles, or I have given the foundation of where I'm coming from. Now let's bring it to the Nigeria system of or Nigerian people or Africa people. Now, if this coronavirus of Covid19 was able to deal with the Western world like this, was able to deal with America, Asia, Europe, how do you think the African people will manage this? It's going to be a problem. Now, there were a problem, or there were a little lacuna between the people and the government before this time in Italy. The government thought that it was a problem of China. It was since this epidemic broke out in China in Wuhan, that is going to happen to kill those people, affect those people in Wuhan in China. They didn't start managing this thing on time. Until it started destroying here. Coronavirus actually dealt with people in Italy. In fact, all part of Europe, before they started working up. Now, this same thing that is happening, that happened in Europe, is also duplicating in Africa. I can see it's also coming down to Africa, the same thing. Having said that, the Nigerian government should put palliatives, set some standard, bring out plans to make sure that this coronavirus will not spread more than the way it is. The last time I checked, I think on the 4th of April, they confirmed, 4th or 5th of April, the confirmed cases in Nigeria have rose to 224. Then while death is 5. Then discharge 27. Now, it was not like this last week. You see, it is increasing by the day. It is increasing by the day. Now, what is the government doing to tackle this whole situation? I want to beg my fellow Nigerians. The government may not have a plan for the general masses, because if it does not hit them, they will not know that we exist. Now, I want to beg every one of you to make plans for yourself. To make plans for yourself, that is to say, stay safe. Keep safe, because if nothing happened to you, if anything happened to you, the government does not know you. I that is talking to you here, I left Nigeria in pains. I went to school, I graduated with my first degree, went to save my country. After that, I went to apply for my second degree. I almost resumed my master's course before I left Nigeria. If I tell you I managed to come to Europe, you will sorry for me. But thank God, I came to another man's land. They took me in and polished me, gave me a good life. Today, I am proud of myself. My family, they are proud of me, because what I'll be able to do for myself and my family. This is a land that I was not born here. I'm not a citizen here. But they gave me life. That was why I stood my ground to pray that God should take this thing away from this country, Italy. Because they actually stood for me, and so many of my colleagues and so many of my friends that also came the same way I came. Now, having said this, what is Nigeria doing as a government to manage the situation? Now, it was a problem that, or it was not so happy, or indirectly or directly, this coronavirus or this COVID-19 started from the top. Now, if not that this coronavirus started from the top, you could have seen the government would have not been concerned about it. Now, the government said they shut doors against every other countries, that nobody's coming, nobody's going out. But flight is still entering the country. How do they fly some people out of the country when they say there are no longer flights going out to international flights? You see, now, if this thing, and you are the number or the figures you are giving us, I will tell you, it is the people you see you are giving us. What happened to people that lives in the rural area? People in the rural area, there are people in the rural area, there are people in the urban area. Now, if you are giving us figures, I will still tell you that it is the people that you are able to test that you are giving us the figures. Because this COVID-19, there is no much sensitization program for the Nigerian people. I was watching my telly in a Nigeria station. A girl was interviewing one young man. He said, "Do you know what is quarantine?" He said he does not know. He said, "Do you know what is social distance?" He said he does not also know. Now, I want you to also know that illiteracy is very high in Africa. That is to say, this information should go around. If possible, let them start teaching people in their local dialects so that they can be able to deduce what is happening in the world. Now, if, for example, you are using grammar and the people you are talking to, they don't understand what you are talking about, it becomes a problem. Now, Nigeria government should look for a means to make sure that everybody get this. I know that they are trying to do their best. I want to also encourage and also give kudos to the Presidential Task Force for what they have been doing. I want to also give a thumbs up to my uncle, Dr. Osagi Ihanere. He shows that he actually knows his work. He knows the nitty-gritty of his job. I give you thumbs up, uncle, for that. And I also want to thank every member of the Presidential Task Force who is doing something. But I want to tell you, your best is not best enough. Please, try and see how you can bring this program down to the local government, the rural areas. Please. And I also want to beg the government. I'm specifically talking to the Minister of Information. If it's possible, make sure that the cable network give every household free a cable, for give them free network to watch all these things. If Nigeria have been paying for CNN, paying for DSTV, paying for CTL or all the case, the cable networks in Nigeria, for these few months that is epidemic, this social network, this service provider should be able to give the country or give Nigerian free for this time. After this time, they can also put back the money. But for as a social responsibility to the country, let them open their cable network for the Nigerian government or for the Nigerian people. Now, you are asking people to stay at home. There are no plans, there are no palliative set aside to manage these people, to make them really feel comfortable at home. There is no light, black cat everywhere. Even when the ration light, some area does not get light for sometimes a week, sometimes a month. How would they know about this information? So they should tell the power holding companies to give light. If possible, let them share it in a stable manner so that everybody can have a taste of this light, so that they will know what is happening in the society. Having said that, I also want to thank some organizations who have taken it upon themselves to make sure they pass this information to the entire world. I will not fail to give kudos to the Nigeria Red Cross Society, more especially Edo State branch, ably led by Mr. Festus Anlehe, for training his volunteers, training upon training, and they are going to, I can see since the zero program, they are going to house, they are going to church, going to schools to sensitize the public about COVID-19 and its danger, or what he has done to the society and what he's doing and how to manage it. I give a thumbs up to my chairman, Mr. Festus Aleje, for a job well done, and every volunteers and the trainers and the facilitators. May God bless you as you have done that. I also want to tell the government to please see how they can make some plans for those people. Now, we that are here in Europe, it is not difficult for us to live our life here because every amenities that we need to live our life at home is already provided. There is no blink of light here. The light here is stable. Now, for those that are working, some of us that are working, we are not going to work. Government is still paying us. Now, those that are not working, there are plans the government did through assistance socially to take care of those people that are not working, that are staying at home. Now, the people that works in Nigeria is even fewer than people that are not working. Now, what about those that are not working? What are the plans put in place to manage these persons? If, for example, there are 100 people in Nigeria, I prove it to you, it is not to 30 people that are working. They want to happen to the 70%. Now you are asking them to stay at home. No lights, no job, no money. I was telling a friend that they should still try and stay at home. That this is the best way to manage this situation. Do you know what he told me? He said, yes, I will stay at home. How do I stay at home when I don't have anything to do? I don't have food to eat. He said there is a virus that is coming during this COVID-19 virus. He said, and this virus is more deadly than COVID-19. And I said, what is the virus? He said, hunger. See, because many Nigeria does not have something doing. Now, hunger will kill faster than the COVID-19. If COVID-19 kill in a month, hunger will kill in 2 weeks. That there is no plans, there are no things set aside to manage those that are not working. So please, I want to beg the Nigerian government, the president, the governor, the senators, the House of Rep members, the local government chairman, the councillors, please try what you can do. The well-meaning Nigerians, try and see what you can do to help Nigerians, to help the Edos, to help the Benins, to help the general country, the African nation. Now, if it's for you to go for door to door to give people food or to give people things to manage themselves while this coronavirus lasts, please, let the government do this. Let those that are rich among them also do it. It will go a long way in helping people to stay indoor. Now, also, I want to also let you know that The reason why people are crying more in Africa, because they don't have anything to do. The reason why crime is high in Africa, because there is no job. Because the Bible said, an idle mind is the devil's workshop. If somebody is working, he will not have thought of to do evil. So government provide jobs and provide things for the people to do so that they can take care of themselves. Having said that, I also want to say, I have heard a lot of people saying in Nigeria, they are not showing the people that are having coronavirus, that they don't think that coronavirus is real. My people, coronavirus is real. In fact, it's in Nigeria. In fact, it's in your local government. In fact, it's even your area. It is very, very real. What the government is telling you about coronavirus, I will tell you that they have not been able to test so many people because there are some areas that people are suffering from coronavirus. They don't even know they are in their house, dying in their numbers. They will tell you, they will think that it's just common fever. Because it would have been better that the government of the day set up so many places where people can go and test themselves. But there are no plans for that. So Nigerians, the Edos, the Benins, I will tell you coronavirus is real and is around you. So please keep safe. Now, and I heard some people saying, why are they not flashing the people that are having coronavirus? I will also beg my people, my Nigerian people, don't expect that. Because you see, Nigeria country or African race is a race that know how to stigmatize people. Now, take for example, they flash those people that are having COVID-19 and you know them. Like in my previous video, I said coronavirus or COVID-19 is not a death sentence. 99% of people that are suffering from this illness, they recover from it. If you now find out that someone is suffering from coronavirus and tomorrow the person has survived it and is now coronavirus negative, tomorrow you will still stigmatize that person. You will stigmatize that family that this is a family of coronavirus. That is why it's not necessary for you to know them. But I also want to enjoin the government of African race, because in Europe, those that are dead, sometimes the government flash them that these are the dead people, these are the corpses of the people that are dead. Let the government also put it as a plan to show those that are dead, but not the people that are still alive, that they are still striving to survive it. I will say that they may not show it because they will not, later people will stigmatize them. So please bear that with the government. Again, I want you to also understand that there are some things that you need to know that can help you manage this thing. The increasing rates of COVID-19 in Nigeria is alarming. It's increasing by the day. Please, government, buckle up. Increase your awareness. Increase the way that people should get this information better. Please, because I can see the way it's increasing. It's increasing by the day. Please, government, increase your awareness so that people will know about COVID-19. Now, I want you to also know that there are some things for those people that are suffering for coronavirus already or COVID-19 pandemic already. I want you to know that you should hope in God that you will not die. That hope will always come. God will give you strength. Have hope. Believe in yourself that you will not die of this epidemic. Again, have faith. Believe in God. Have confidence in God. God will take away the sickness away from you or the virus away from you. And lastly, I want you to give yourself happiness because it also helps in managing it. Always give yourself happiness because if you do not give yourself happiness, nobody will give it to you. So always be happy at all time. Then I want to give you some best practice how to handle. I have some research I've done over the days on how to manage this coronavirus issue. Now, because the rate is alarming in Nigeria, I will want you to see how you can manage it yourself. The last report I got is that Nigeria is already having 224 rates. I think that was as of the 4th of April. Lagos with 215, Abuja 45, Osun State 20, Oyo 9, Edo State 9. I know that was on the 4th. I know by now it has maybe, I'm not praying for it to increase. I know it has increased. So please, these are some of the plans for you to take so that you can also manage it yourself. One, social distance is the major thing you need. Social distance. I live here in Italy, like I've said, over a month plus or almost 2 months now. We don't leave the house. I live here with a wife. During the COVID-19 issue, my wife gave birth to a baby. My baby is about a month now. My wife, since she gave birth, we've not left this house. We've only left like one or twice to go and meet the daughter. We make sure we covered ourselves and cover the baby. And anytime I goes out to go and get some stuff, when I come back, I make sure I wash my hand. That is the next step. After giving social distance, they say some people say 2 meters away. Me, if I go out, I give more than 10 meters away. Because if I am strong, what about my family? What about my baby? Now, after giving social distance, the next thing you should do, washing your hand regularly. Regularly. You should wash your hand regularly. Now, how do you wash your hand? With soap. Now, this is hand wash with soap. And when you want to wash your hand in a running tap. You wash your hand like this. You wash it. And there is always the saying that if you want to do it, use it like this. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday. Before you finish happy birthday, you might have washed your hand. Haven't washed your hand. Remember, your face was also exposed. They haven't washed your hand. Wash your face too. Or probably take your bath. If you cannot take your bath, wash your hand, wash your face. Then use sterilizing, alcohol-based sterilizer. Like I have some here. This is one of alcohol-based sanitizer. There's another one here. This is the alcohol-based sanitizer. You can also use this. There's another one here. This is another hand wash, hand sterilizer. It's also alcohol-based sterilizer. You after washing your hand, washing your face, then you use this alcohol-based sanitizer to sanitize your hand. Haven't done that? The next thing you should do, then please, face mask and gloves. At the moment, please, it is not necessary. It is for the caregivers, like the medical doctors, the nurse, or health workers. Because if you use face mask and at the end of the day, and some people use it for more than 24 hours, some use it more than 3 days. Now, as you use it, maybe imagine that coronavirus have entered the mask and you are not touching it. Later, you're not going to use to touch your face or these are openings in the body. It infects you more. So please, face mask is not needed. Except those people that they recommend face mask for are those people that are already having COVID-19. So when you are going out to the public, so that you don't spread it, use face mask. Then surgical gloves. Some people use gloves, and when they go out, what they do, some of them, they will use the gloves to hold their phone. What if that phone, you know that COVID-19 can also stay in the phone. Then later they will not use the phone to also be making call. You are exposing yourself to it, so it is not needed, please. What you need is to wash your hand regularly. Haven't washed your hand, then give yourself social distance. Again, those that are smoking, please reduce your smoking, reduce drinking. It is not good, does not help it to reduce it. That is another thing. Or probably stop smoking or stop drinking for this time. Eat balanced diet. I know that it's difficult in Africa, people, but try and change your food and eat much of fruit this time to increase your immune system. Because if your immune is strong, you can fight it. Now, another thing, drink water regularly because coronavirus is a mucor. So if it stays in anywhere, it want to increase himself, reproduce so that they can increase. So when you drink water every time to wash it, and most times coronavirus affect the throat, and if you drink hot water, it's wash it, and inside your stomach there is an acid inside the stomach that keeps the virus as fast as possible. Again, for you to stay alive, you have to stay at home. The best precautionary measure to manage COVID-19 is for you to stay at home. Please stay at home. Is the best precautionary measure. If you must go out to get some food stuff, do it snapping and come back home. If you are strong, what about your elderly people? You understand? If you are strong, what about these sick people in your house? Please keep safe for their sake. Now again, keep safe hygiene. Make sure you take your bath regularly. It's also help again. Now, if you notice any signs or symptom, what you need to do please take Lipton tea, Lipton, and lime. Steam it together in a hot water and take little of it. If possible, put your lungs to it. Let the heat, the vapor, enter your face and your lungs and your body. It also help. Now, when you take lime and Lipton tea, it also reduces it, and it kills coronavirus also. Lime, if possible, lime, Lipton, then onion. Some people also said about garlic too. Now, I want to also let you know that every one of us we need ourselves to stay alive. Coronavirus is a storm. After the storm, there is always a joy. For us to live together, for us to enjoy this country, or to enjoy the world, we need to stay alive. The government may not have you in mind. The government may not have plan for you. Please plan for yourself. Nigeria government is a place, or Nigeria is a place where even the people, they say Nigeria is a place where they are hungry and smiling. They are suffering and smiling. So we all can actually manage COVID-19 in Nigeria. Because even in hunger, in hard time, we still survive it. I know there are people who does not have anything. They go out to sell pure water to foot their bills, their daily food. But government, try and see what you can do to elevate those people that make those petty things to live their daily living. Please, government, try and help. I need you. Your community need you. The family you come from need you. The society need you. Every one of us need you to stay alive, because there is a joy after this storm. Please, stay alive. Stay at home. And as you stay at home and observe these 14 days, these 21 days, you will not die. God will keep you, because He will preserve His children. I want you to know that the world needs you again. The entire society needs you. You don't know if you are the president tomorrow, you are the governor tomorrow. So please keep safe. And as you do this, God will bless you in Jesus' name. I remain my humble self, Mr. Efusa Matthias Ehanere. And as you do this, and as you stay at home to observe this, God will bless you in Jesus' name. Shalom.